A lot of leaders are paying their respects following the bowing out of King Goodwill Zwelithini. We have seen the former president, Jacob Zuma, KwaZulu Natal Premier Sihle, Zikalala, and ANC Treasurer General Paul Mashatile, and COGTA Minister Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, amongst others. Our reporter, of course, Ayanda Mhlongo, has been there for us throughout. A very good afternoon to you, Ayanda. A number of dignitaries coming through to the Royal Palace this afternoon. No doubt a lot of activity, a lot going on at the Palace as we speak right now. Talk us through it.
Yeah, very good afternoon to you, Flo. It certainly has been a very, very busy day here at KwaZulu Palace from the morning. Of course, today we had expected that the government leaders, delegations from government were going to be paying their respects to the family. And indeed, from the morning, started off with the political parties, the leaders of the opposition parties here in KwaZulu-Natal, namely the EFF, the Democratic Alliance, as well as the IFP, which was led by the IFP President Nkosazana, together with members of the party's National Executive Committee. And thereafter, a delegation led by the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Sihle, Zikalala. Also with him were national ministers, the Minister of Cooperative Governance, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, the Minister of Health, Dr. Zwelithini, the Minister of Police, Bheki, to name but a few, and also from the national leaders of the African National Congress, led by the Treasurer General Paul Mashatile. And of course they were accompanied by other senior members of the ANC, as well as some of the members of the provincial cabinet, who would all come taking turns inside to go and meet with the royal family to pay their condolences. Of course, I cannot forget the former president, Jacob Zuma, was also part of that delegation. There were still other issues, of course, that the government was also here for. As you know, that they have said and indicated there's a government that they're going to be working very closely with the royal family and assist them in terms of the preparations for the planting of His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini. We did earlier on say as well, Flo, that the details of the planting or the burial is going to be on Wednesday night, and it will only be a ceremony that will be done by the males in the royal family. That was confirmed to us earlier on when we spoke to Nkosi, of course, in his capacity as the traditional prime minister to the Zulu monarch and the AmaZulu nation. And so that is going to be taking place on Wednesday. Then the memorial service will then take place on Thursday. You remember that President Cyril Ramaphosa had accorded the king a special category 1 funeral. According to Nkosi, that will now be downgraded to a memorial service, but this has all been communicated between the government and the members of the royal family. I can also tell you, Flo, and our viewers, that at 4 p.m. this afternoon, the members of the royal family will be addressing the media for the very first time. And obviously we expect to hear from them what this loss has meant to the royal family, and also if there are any further details that they might share relating to the planting of His Majesty and the funeral service, that the memorial service, I beg your pardon, that will then take place. So certainly, Flo, it has indeed been a rather busy day here today. I'm sure when you came to you must have seen members of the or players from the AmaZulu Football Club. They have also are here as well. All the players led by the chairman, Sandile Zungu. We saw coach Benny McCarthy and some of the AmaZulu football stars. They are also here. So they have now, it's their opportunity now to go inside and meet the members of the royal family. And we hope to speak to Chairman Sandile Zungu when he comes out. So certainly, Flo, very busy day. Final preparations now to plant His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini. Flo?
What I am seeing behind you, though, is what I'm assuming is a male cow there, a bull behind you, or a couple of bulls behind you, and I assume that means there will be some sort of ritual in terms of slaughtering, no doubt, when a king has fallen. There is also going to be some rituals that bring about animals and slaughtering of animals. Talk to us through that and what you're hearing at this point about when these practices will be taking place, please, Ayanda.
Yes, Flo. In fact, throughout the day, these are probably, I see two there as you're mentioning, Flo. Throughout the day, trucks have been coming through with cattle, and we understand that these are presented. The cattle come from the Amakosi, the political parties that have also been here, and have come to hand over these cattle to the royal family, as would have happened in a celebration, Flo. If there was a wedding or cultural celebration, people would come together and bring gifts to the family. So here, as what we understand it, as the family is in mourning, these are now presented to the family. So we would understand that these are possibly also from some of the mourners that have come through today. Certainly in terms of rituals as well, the royal family has been keeping a lot of what is being performed behind the scenes, Flo. Ma'am, this is not information that we have been able to get to, but we do understand, of course, that there will be a cow or bull that is going to be slaughtered, while other rituals are going to be performed. And a lot of those rituals are going to then be performed on the Wednesday throughout the day and the evening in preparation for them, as they will then be taking His Majesty's body from the local mortuary where it was left yesterday to his final resting place, which is going to be, as we understand, Flo, another palace not far from here, and he's going to be lying next to his forefathers. Flo?
All right, Ayanda, thank you very much for that. We'll catch up with you later on. That's, of course, Ayanda Mhlongo, our reporter who has been at the Royal Palace for us in KZN then.